Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I've been flying the DJI Air 3S for the past 6 months now, and I've been putting this drone through just about every condition imaginable. Calm sunny mornings, windy afternoons, low light dust scenarios, and even full-on night missions. In that time, I've logged dozens of hours in the air, flown across different terrains, and really had a chance to push this drone to its limits. Released in late 2024, the Air 3S positions itself between DJI's ultra-portable mini-series and a professional-grade Mavic lineup. It promises a sweet spot, powerful features, excellent imaging, advanced safety tech, all packed into a relatively compact form. So in this long-term review, I'm going to break down everything based on real-world use, not just specs on paper. We'll look at the camera system, battery life, flight performance, intelligent features, connectivity, and of course some real user pros and cons you'll want to know before buying. Let's start with what most of us care about the most, the camera system. The DJI Air 3S features a dual camera setup, and this has genuinely changed how I capture aerial content. On board, you've got a 1-inch CMOS sensor, 24mm equivalent wide-angle lens, a 70mm equivalent telephoto lens offering 380 optical zoom. The main wide-angle sensor delivers vivid, sharp images with incredible dynamic range. I've flown it during golden hour, overcast days, and even under flat lighting, and the detail it captures is seriously impressive. Shadows stay clean, highlights don't blow out too easily, and skin tones stay natural even in contrasty environments. The telephoto lens has been way more useful than I expected. I've used it for capturing wildlife from a distance, framing tight architectural shots from far away, creative cinematic punch-ins without moving the drone. Both lenses max out at 4K 60 FPS, support HDR video, and can shoot in 10-bit D-Log-M. That means you can push your footage hard in post and still keep colors and contrast under control. I've been color grading regularly with no issues at all. One limitation: both lenses have fixed apertures, which means I constantly rely on ND filters when shooting in bright sunlight. Mid-flight filter swaps are a hassle, but a necessary trade-off at this price point. By the way, if you're looking for the full review of the DJI drone with 12 best picks, check out the link in the description. DJI claims up to 45 minutes of flight time, but let's be honest, that's in perfect lab conditions. In my actual use, with wind, GPS lock-on time, aggressive flying, and return to home, I consistently get around 30 to 35 minutes per battery. That's still a noticeable improvement over older models like the Air 2S, and it holds up nicely compared to the Air 3 and even the Mavic 3 Classic in real-world flight durations. Charging time. Each battery takes 80 to 90 minutes to charge fully using the USB-C port, so if you're on a shoot or just eager to get back in the air, the downtime can feel frustrating unless you have multiple batteries charged and ready. Pro tip: if you're serious about flying, invest in the multi-battery charging hub. It's a game changer for keeping your workflow smooth. This drone flies like a dream, literally. Over 6 months, I've flown the Air 3S in wind speeds up to 12 ms, and it has remained rock solid. It hovers steadily and responds predictably, even when smaller drones would be thrown around. Whether you're doing slow cinematic reveals or fast directional changes, it handles everything like a champ. It comes with omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, and yes, that includes forward-facing LiDAR, which I found incredibly useful, especially during night flights or complex tracking maneuvers. And about that, the LiDAR shines at night. It gives you a real sense of security during dusk or low-light flying, where traditional sensors might struggle to detect branches, wires, or tight corridors. The 04 OcuSync 4.0 transmission system delivers a rock-solid 1080p 60 FPS feed, up to 20 kilometers in open areas. Even in urban environments, I've experienced zero signal dropouts. You get confidence in both your video feed and control, which is crucial during one-take shots or commercial projects. Here's where DJI continues to shine: the intelligent flight modes. Active Track 360 lets you lock onto a subject and orbit it smoothly with a simple touchscreen drag. It's fluid, accurate, and rarely loses track, even with moderate obstacles. Waypoints have become one of my go-to modes. You can preset a flight path and let the drone follow it while you focus on getting the perfect shot, or even switch to another task if needed. It does take some setup time, but once you get the hang of it, it's incredibly powerful. Also available, quick shots, focus track, and master shots. Perfect for content creators who need fast, professional looking results without doing manual flying. The internal storage bump from 8 GB to 42 GB is a big deal. That extra space means I didn't always have to rely on micro SD cards, especially handy for spontaneous flights or if I forget to pack one. It also simplifies offloading footage during travel. The RC2 controller with its 700 nit brightness 5.5-inch touchscreen is still one of the best out there. No connectivity issues, no lag, and it works well in daylight conditions. Build quality, absolutely solid. At 724G, the drone is portable enough for travel and tough enough to survive light crashes or rough landings. The propellers have picked up some nicks, totally normal, but I suggest replacing them if they look worn. And the gimbal guard, super easy to use and essential for protection during transport. Now for some trade-offs you should know. Noise levels are about 80 dB. It's not a whisper drone, but the lower pitch hum is far less annoying than the mini series. Above 50 mMT, the sound mostly disappears. Curious looks? Yup. If you're flying in quiet parks or urban settings, you will attract attention. And let's talk about regulations. Because the Air 3S weighs more than 249, you fall into stricter drone laws in many regions. That includes registration requirements, no-fly zones in populated areas, potential licensing or test requirements, depending on country. While that's not the drone's fault, it does limit where and how I use it. I often find myself driving out of the city just to avoid legal gray areas, even though I am still flying responsibly. Another minor gripe, no variable aperture, which limits creative exposure control compared to the Mavic 3 Classic. Also, no 5.4K recording, a bit of a missed opportunity in a mid-range flagship in 2025. So after 6 months, how do I feel about the DJI Air 3S? Honestly, I think it's one of the best value drones on the market right now. You get outstanding image quality, excellent flight performance, smart features that actually work, night-capable safety tech, great battery life for its class, professional results at a mid-range price. It's not perfect. You'll need ND filters, and legal limitations might be frustrating depending on where you live. But for most creators, whether you're a hobbyist traveler or even a solo commercial shooter, this drone strikes an impressive balance between power, price, and practicality. If you're on the fence, I'd say, go for it. The Air 3S delivers. That's it for this deep dive review. If you found it helpful, please consider giving it a like, dropping a comment, and subscribing for more drone and tech content. Let me know your thoughts, and if you already own the Air 3S, share your experience below. I'd love to hear from fellow pilots. As always, never stop flying. I'll catch you in the next one.